Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today's conversation is one I'm genuinely excited about. I'm joined by Rajiv Mothie, an accomplished actor, producer, and media buyer, and the driving force behind Big M Productions and the KZN Showcase. Rajiv has played a key role in elevating Durban's creative landscape by creating platforms that spotlight local talent and push digital production forward. In this live chat, we'll dive into his journey, the future of media and production in KZN, and what it truly takes to build sustainable creative opportunities right here at home. If you're a creative entrepreneur or someone passionate about the future of African digital storytelling, this one's for you. Let's get into it. How are you?
Fantastic, my brother. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I think you're doing great work. It's so good to see people going out there using the power of the digital space and ultimately creating history.
Thank you, man. It's also my honor to actually have you on. And so, how's your week been? I'm just waiting for my Google Doc to appear with my questions. So I'm just gonna
No, no issue. It's been. I'll be honest. It's been quite a busy week.
uh-huh.
I'm actually expecting my first child. My wife is
Wow,
actually 31 weeks, correct?
wow.
So it's quite exciting times, and straight after the KZN showcase,
Hmm.
lots of vibe, lots of energy. The event was crazily brilliant. So much
Hmm.
talent, and now into the next phase of my life. Really looking forward to it.
Lovely. All right, so let's get the ball rolling. Rajiv, you've successfully worn many hats: actor, producer, and media buyer. How did your journey into the creative industry begin, and what motivated you to explore multiple roles rather than just one?
Thank you so much for the question, Siddharth. So, well, being born into the entertainment family, my dad has been in the entertainment industry. I was 4 when he passed on, but my mom just kept
Okay.
going. She's been a driving force in Big M production, always making a difference. Very passionate. But I would personally say one of the biggest things that helped me, I would say, get into the industry was the support and seen as a child. When you're growing up, understanding what the industry is about, experiencing that energy, that vibe, and the charisma, essentially.
Mhm.
So I would say undoubtedly my parents.
Wow, that's awesome. Uh, the KZN Showcase has become an important platform for local creatives. What inspired you to create it, and what gap did you see in the Durban creatives ecosystem that needed to be filled?
Wow, that's a fantastic question, Siddharth. Well, I'll be honest. It actually started about 2 years ago, and I was sitting with a
Okay.
friend of mine from UK who's very big into modeling and music composing and stuff in South Africa, and we were actually just chatting about designers because we had a celebrity designer with us who was having lunch with us, and she was actually speaking about how there's so many amazing designers in South Africa, but they just don't get the opportunity to showcase their work. And one thing led to another. I chatted with our team at Big M Production, and I said, "Let's try this. Let's get models. Let's bring the top designers together." And it was literally crazy. I mean, the first one, which was about, I think it was in 2024, uh, sold out event. People calling 2 days before for tickets. No tickets available. The models looked incredible. The designers were incredible. The dancers were incredible. And 2025 just got better. So I'll be honest. For me, this whole conceptualization of KZN Showcase, I must give credit to the KZN people.
Mhm. Incredible, man. From your perspective, how has the journey and digital media landscape in Durban evolved over the past few years, and where do you see it heading next?
Nah, I can see you really researched and got the right question today. But for me,
I try
that's a
my
big
best.
thing. I'll be honest. I've had interviews in India. I've had interviews in Australia, all over the world,
Wow.
and sometimes the questions that you get are just are very shallow. I don't say it in any
Okay.
bad way, but your questions are very powerful because this is something I feel very strongly about. I feel industry, the digital marketing industry, can be a turning point for the South African unemployment issue, to put it
Okay.
in a simple way. I feel that we need more skills development. We need to train people to understand the power of the internet. We need to upskill our youngsters in rural areas. We need to get them
Okay.
using the internet. We need to get them on e-com. We need to get them to understand the power of Google AdSense. There's just so much out there. And to be honest, it's one of the best times to be alive. And I would love to see more people in South Africa succeeding on the digital front.
Yeah, but then when you speak about the internet in the rural areas, I'm sure you would be thinking of Starlink, or what would your solution be?
So I'll be honest, my brother. Thank you so much once again. Interesting when you mentioned Starlink and with all the political aspects of
Mm,
it going on with Elon Musk and our
mm.
country's president Cyril Ramaphosa. You see, I'm not a political guy, and I'll be very honest.
Okay.
I'm a type of an individual who believes in the power of now, who believes in making a difference, and it's not about credit. It's not about talking about it. It's about actually
Mm.
taking action. So for me, whether
Yeah.
it's Starlink, whether it's fiber, whether it's
Okay.
whoever, as long as internet gets to our rural areas, as long as there's
Yeah.
some sort of skills development that starts happening and our people start understanding that there's money to be made online, I'm happy. And I'd love to be part of that journey.
Awesome. As the driving force behind Big M Productions, what values and principles guide the projects you choose to develop and promote?
I love that. Trust, integrity, and morality. That's what my mom and dad stood for, and that's what we stand for. You know, being in the industry for over 50 years, you would
Wow.
know. I mean, yeah, 50 years, most companies don't survive more than 3 to 5 years. And
Yeah. Yeah.
when I've been able to see what mom and dad has created with those values, you know, trust, dignity, loyalty, I've realized that those are the corner blocks of a successful company. You got to treat it as a company. You got to have that passion for what you do, and if you really have a passion for what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
To be honest, I was surprised when you said 50 years because you don't even look 50.
Now I'm not 50, my brother. I'll be honest,
Yeah.
but my mom is 75 years old. So
Oh,
mom and
okay.
dad, yeah, mom and dad started. It actually started as Mothie's Incorporated back in
Okay.
1951, when events was held at the Durban City Hall back in
Mhm.
apartheid days. And my dad was
Okay.
all about bringing cultures together. He was known as Mr. Diversity, and that's why I'm so passionate. I don't know whether it's in the DNA, but I'm passionate about bringing cultures together and making them all showcase the power of one.
Of course. You've been a strong advocate for promoting local talent. Why is it so important for creatives in KZN to build platforms that uplift their own community rather than waiting for external validation?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. That is something that I feel so passionate about, is because we got to create platforms for our future South African stars. You know, I know
That's
starting in
true.
this industry, even though I was fortunate enough to be born in an entertainment family, but there was never opportunities. You know, I'll be honest and I'll be blunt about it. In South Africa, the opportunities are very vague when it comes to entertainment. And I had the opportunity of traveling to Hollywood. I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to
Wow.
Mumbai. I've done work there, and I'll be honest, it's so different from South Africa. It's a different.
Mm,
It's an industry, and I believe the true talent in South Africa is not in the doctors and the lawyers, but in our
mm.
people, in our talented stars that need upskilling, that needs what we call mentorship, skills development. And before you know it, you won't get one Tyler, you'll get 20 Tylers coming out of our country.
Incredible. How did your time at UKZN influence your professional mindset, creative discipline, or approach to collaboration within the industry?
Well, I enjoyed my time at UKZN. You know, the normal campus days in UKZN, and I big shout out to all my campus friends. But I'll be honest with you. You know, in South Africa, times have changed. It's completely different from how it was and how it is right now. A lot of people do prefer actually online education in this day and age. But
Okay.
I was one of the fortunate few to be able to go to campus, experience that, you know, that interaction, the networking, the love, the energy. So I'm very grateful for that. I managed to make a lot of friends that I still work with today. So big shout out to you guys. And yeah, ultimately, I believe education is the key to success. You got to have the right mindset. Your thoughts
Mm.
create your reality. And, I cannot stress that enough, but read the right books, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's so much, but you got to invest in what I call personal development.
That's true, eh? Media buying is often misunderstood in creative circles. Can you break down why it's such a crucial element in ensuring creative content actually reaches and impacts the right audience?
I'll put it to you in a very simple way that your entire audience will be able to understand media buying. And I actually
Okay.
learned this from a friend of mine when I was in US, and I'm going to share this right now. Media buying is essentially spending
Hmm.
R1 and getting R5 return. So whether you
Wow.
spend R100, you want R500 return, 3 to 500 return. That is what a media buy does. You see, unlike the conventional advertising space where it was a lot of newspaper, a lot
Mm.
of street pole advertising where you had to spend marketing budget, but you didn't have measurable statistics. With Meta today, and that is Instagram and Facebook, and I will be very specific about Meta because I've had the opportunity of running TikTok ads as well. But Meta for me is just incredible. The way you can target interests, behaviors, and all of that good stuff. For e-com stores or event organizers or whatever business you are, you got to understand media buying. You got to understand the principle that marketing is essentially converting your R100 into either R300 or R500 and then scaling it, saying, now I'm not spending R100, now I'm spending 10,000 Rand and I want 50,000 Rand. So that is essentially media buying.
Awesome. What challenges do emerging creatives in Durban face today, and what practical advice would you give them to navigate the industry more strategically?
So I'll be honest, I love watching TikTok and I love checking out
Okay.
the Durban creators. Very
Hmm.
inspiring. I love South Africans. I love the fact that we don't have everything made out for us. We don't have the best healthcare. We don't have the best power systems and all of that stuff. But we never give up. We never give up. We keep persisting and we keep going. So for me, my advice to all the content creators out there is keep doing amazing work. You guys are brilliant. South Africans are brilliant. I'll share this thought that I have right now, and I think it's so powerful. This moment is, if we can have a man like Elon Musk that came from our country, you can be the next one. It's as simple as that. If Elon Musk can do it, why can't you do it? And that is the mindset. If Tyler can do it, why can't you do it? So I challenge all the other South Africans. I mean, I'm not saying I'm where I want to be. I'm saying I'm on the journey. I'm learning. I'm growing, and I'm
Mm.
always getting better. And that's my challenge for people. It's not about a destination. It's about a
Mhm.
journey. It's about enjoying that journey, learning new things every day, embracing new people. When I got a message from Siddharth, I could have been like, just ignore it and continue my day. But here I saw a young man that is passionate about making a difference. 3 to 5 years from now, he becomes the biggest content creator. And that's possible. And that's what the internet is all about. So kudos to you, my brother.
Oh, thanks, man. That's awesome. I guess it all comes down to like a mind over matter kind of thing, isn't it?
100%. You got to have the right mindset. We all going to have challenges. And my
Mm.
mentor always tells me this: it's not the challenge that defines the individual, it's how you approach it and how you respond to it.
Lovely. Looking ahead, what is your long-term vision for the KZN showcase and digital production in the region over the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I can tell you one thing: 2026 KZN Showcase, I'm going to be getting a big content creator involved. His name is Siddharth. He's going to be interviewing
Okay,
some of the models on YouTube. So
that'd be
I'm
so
going to be
cool.
linking him up with all these beautiful models and designers and all of that. So that I will say is the plan for KZN Showcase. Take South
Wow.
African people and expose them to the world. Let's take South Africans and make them international. Let's expose them on the international market, like what you're doing right now, my brother. So I want to put some of the best talent in front of you, some of the best models, some of the best singers. It's not about me. I'm just
Mm,
one person. But I believe
mm.
as a country, as people, if we stand together, there's no limit to what we can achieve.
So it's all about sharing the goodwill, basically.
Expanding the reach, my brother. Expanding the reach. I've done a movie. It wasn't cinema, New Metro, Stekinico. Now we're working on something for 2026 with Netflix. I'm not meant to say too much about it, but
Cool.
there is a lot. There is a lot going on, and I feel as South Africans, we just need to have that never give up mindset and keep persisting. The most important thing in life, and if there's one thing, whoever's watching this, whether it's one person, whether it's 10 people, there's one thing that has allowed me to become the person I am today. And it's something that I always remember. When I was in Cape Town, a good friend of mine, he was down from US, he was doing a leadership workshop, and his name is Mark Casetta. And he says,
Oh.
nothing is more important than your persistence when you're getting started and your attitude when you make it.
Awesome. I have a live comment question here for you. Are you okay if I actually ask it to you now?
Please go for it.
All right. This is from Jitin Rishika. Hi, Rajiv. I watched you grow in the industry. Well done. With many competitors these days, how do you keep up?
Thank you, Jiten Rishika, for the question. I love it. I love it. I was actually chatting to some other fantastic artists in the industry, and we were just speaking. We were speaking about content and creation and all of this stuff. And they asked me, how do you feel like when different people copy what you do? And I want to be honest with everybody, and I'm going on a public platform, and I'm saying this because I feel strongly about it. So everybody is great at what they do. Let me repeat that. Everybody is great at what they do. There's no two people in this world that's alike. So that is why I feel everybody is out there, all the dancers, all the MCs, whatever you do, I love you. I love what you do. We all are like-minded. We share a similar industry, but I don't believe there's any two people that's the same. And I feel personally when people copy me, I feel it's the biggest compliment. It literally is the biggest compliment, and I'm grateful because it shows that what you're doing, you're on the right track. So I want to say kudos to everybody. I love every artist, everybody, whether people say competitors, I don't look at them as competitors. I look at them as people who I love, respect, and we work together, and it's such a blessing.
Beautiful, man. All right, finally, for aspiring actors, producers, and digital creators watching this live chat, what mindset or habit do you believe separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon?
One word, my brother: consistency.
Ah,
Consistency. Nothing happens overnight. You got to just keep pushing. Where energy goes, results flow. Today, you're doing your live, you might get what, 10, 20, maybe you'll end up with 1,000 views, whatever. Not the views that's important. It's,
okay.
are you able to be persistent? Are you able to be consistent and do the next interview and the next interview? 1 year's time, are you still going to be on the platform? That for me is leadership. I'll be honest, as South Africans, as humans, as people, we have something which we call the microwave effect mentality. We put something in the
Wow.
microwave and we expect it to come out ready to eat. That's how we born. That's what we used to. But the real reality of life is anything that's truly worth it needs preparation, needs energy, needs that sort of work. So come back down to that one word that I mentioned, consistency. That's my advice to any artist, anybody who wants to get into the industry. Link up with the right people. Obviously, you got to do that, but be consistent. Put yourself out there. Do the reps. You got to do the reps. In entertainment, in gym it's do the reps, but in entertainment it's do the shows. Get as much stage experience as possible, because the more you go out there and do what you love doing, the more you're going to learn what is your strengths and weaknesses.
It's the first time I've ever heard that term, microwave mentality. First time.
Yeah, there you go, my brother. You'll definitely use it in the future. I love it, and I think it's so appropriate for this generation.
All right. All I got to say is thanks so much for your time, and I hope we can catch up again soon. If you have any events, maybe you can do like teaser type tests on them if you're open to that.
Most definitely, my brother. We're also big into the influential awards. I didn't
Okay.
speak much about that. What we do as Big M Production, you can check Big M out there. You'll check all these magazines behind me. These are all Big M Productions official limited edition magazines. These are celebrities from Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, all over, the top 100 influential men and women. We've been doing this for the past 4 years. We've honored over 400 people. Next year, we're going to be doing, this year, it's going to be opening up in many other countries and places. So, top 100 influential men and women. Check that out, Influential Awards. It's crazy. The website is top100leaders.com. If you want to learn more about it, maybe if you're watching this, maybe you are an influential leader and you wanted to know how does the screening work and all of that, go to top100leaders.com and check it out.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Siddharth. I wish you all the best with your show, and may you always grow from strength to strength, my brother. God bless you.
You too.
Thank you.